with the resistance band. All right, let's go ahead and step on the inside. Squat down, bring it over, come up, just like a barbell squat. All right, so there we go for legs. Now we're gonna be moving on, emphasize on our chest, and we're gonna do that with a push-up. And for push-ups, you're gonna wanna choose a lighter band than the one we already used. As I said before, each resistance band has its own amount of resistance, so choose the one that's gonna challenge you, but allow you to perform the exercises properly with perfect form. So when we apply extra force with the resistance band to our push-up, you wanna give it a little twist, and then hold it on both sides of your hands. Keep it behind your back, and line it up right under your delts. Like this, we're gonna go right down to the ground. You're gonna come all the way down, and when you come up, you're gonna feel that the top of your contraction has the most amount of force on it. So as you begin to push up, you're gonna feel it getting harder and harder. Let's go for it. All right, now that we hit our chest, we're gonna move on into our back. The next exercise we're gonna do is single arm rows with the resistance band. After in an open space, you can put the resistance band down on the floor, go ahead and step on it, and you can give yourself the amount of resistance that you wanna work with. From here, you wanna pull straight up, make sure your back is flat, and you're squeezing your scapulas and your back every single time. All right, switch arms. All right, now there's other various ways to do this exercise. You can switch the angle up to engage more different areas of your back. For example, if you can attach the resistance band to a handle, you could do the single arm row upright and feel a different type of contraction. So incorporating these different variations will make your back even stronger. Now the next muscle groups we're gonna move into is gonna be a combination of our legs, glutes, core, back, traps, and even your shoulders. We're gonna be able to engage all those muscles using one exercise, deadlifts. Now for deadlifts, we're gonna be using a heavier band. So let's pull out the green one again. Let's go ahead and step on it. Give yourself as much resistance as you wanna be using for this exercise. From this squat position, you wanna have your shoulders retracted, your back straight, come straight up. All right, so there we have the deadlift. Now, of course, the wider your stance, the more you're taking up of the resistance band, and that's gonna increase the resistance. So now let's move on to biceps. We're gonna be engaging our biceps using bicep curls. And like I showed you before, these exercises can be executed in different variations. If you don't have anywhere to tie or loop your resistance band around, you can always step on it to keep the resistance band stationary when you're doing exercises, but you can also switch it up. But tying it to something like a handle will always give your muscle a different type of engagement when doing that exercise for even more muscle development. And let's go for these bicep curls. All right, go ahead and put your feet on top of the resistance band. Make sure it's nice and even. Just like a normal curl, as if you're doing it with dumbbells. Although you will feel it get a whole lot harder and heavier at the peak of your contraction. All right, next muscle group we're gonna be moving into are gonna be triceps. And to engage our triceps, we're gonna be using tricep kickbacks. Let's get right into it. You wanna keep your back flat, bring your arm all the way up until you have a 90-degree angle, and go straight back. All right, switch it up. Back straight. All right, so there we have tricep kickbacks. And of course, the other variation would be to tie it to a handle and doing this exercise upright position. Now that we got triceps out the way, now we're gonna move into one of our last muscle groups, emphasizing mainly on our shoulders with lateral raises. All right, give it enough slack that you're comfortable with. Keep your arm tight, your shoulder engaged and retracted, a tight grip on your hand. You're gonna go ahead and pull all the way up, all the way back down 10 times. And of course, the same thing can be applied to your frontal delts as well. If you were to pull right up in front. All right, but we're gonna move on to the last muscle group, and that's actually gonna be your abdominals. And to get our abs shredded with the resistance band, we're gonna be doing seated in and outs. Let's max those out. Now for this exercise, it's gonna be most effective if you loop the resistance band around something stable and secure. We're gonna go down on the ground, put the resistance band around our feet, and you wanna bring your knees into your chest as tight as you can, and then all the way back out. Let's go for it. All right, I definitely feel my abs